Hello YouTube. For you of those who are following my channel, you know that I like to wrench on my own cars, and time to time I get my cars with some damage, and I always wanted to have this like a body shop linear gauge. I guess it calls tram gauge, so I could do the measurements to see what's wrong with the body, and and so forth. And when I looked online, those things are fairly expensive for what they are, even the basic gauges. So I decided to go ahead and build my gauge, and that's what I got from my lowest hardware store. Probably can get the same thing from Home Depot or Menards or whatever the hardware store you have in your neighborhood. But so I grabbed everything, and I went to the cash register, and I was quite surprised how much those pieces of metal, those couple nuts and washers, and this like knob with the bolt, I guess how it calls, fluted knobs with the male stud. That's how they call it. So guys, your guess how much all this nearly like a scrap metal costed? I think you won't even guess. So this is the 1-inch square weld steel square profile. This one is 3 3/4 of an inch, also 3 feet long. This one is just a thin steel plate, 1/8 by 1/2 an inch by 3 feet. That's the same thing, and threaded rod. I will cut it in half to have couple smaller rods. But yeah, are you guys ready to see the total? I'm not sure if the camera can focus. $71 with the tax for just this pretty much scrap metal. That's ridiculous. Absolutely. I'm not sure if the inflation in the country went up that much, or what the deal is, but the whole of that should be like, I don't know, $5-10 at most. Probably somewhere in Europe it's gonna be the case, but here gold value. But okay, so let's go ahead and try to do our tram gauge. As the first step, I would like to do a couple holes. All right, let's do the punch. All right. All right. Okay, the holes for our rods are done. Now I would like to clean them up slightly so I can weld the nut on one end. Alright. Let's do the same thing here. Okay, let's weld the nut. Actually, let's weld the nut. Let me see what's the best way to secure it. So now it's in position. I can see all the threads and looks like it's not obstructed. Now let's see if this nut will weld. Let's slightly clean it. I believe that's not bad. Okay, let's do the same thing with the other tube. I think that's enough. Let me cool it down. He probably didn't see anything. Yeah, looks like that's more than enough. So I made this second hole on the larger tube, so I would be able to use this bolt to secure the lower tube inside. Alright, let's put one more nut right in here. In this case, I know for sure the bolt is getting inside. Alright, this should be fine. Up. Okay, should be enough. Let me try to. Let me lay a couple welds in here. You know, I know what the problem is. I didn't clean this nut before welding. My mistake. Let's try one more time. I bet it should be better now. There you go. Another story. looks good. Okay, let's go to the next phase. That's the smaller tube. And now I would like to weld those, I would say, fillers. And actually I wanted to do, tack welds, throughout the whole length, but instead actually what I decided to do is I will put this washer in here, and I will only do tack welds on the sides, and maybe yes, maybe not. Or actually, we can put like a couple washers in here. Just like that. Now hopefully it's gonna work out. But if not, we're gonna redo it the other way. About in the center. Okay. Let's do it that way. All right. One. Two. Okay. And now with that, I'm gonna keep the washers there. I'm gonna put the tack welds on that side, and maybe those washers will create like a spring effect, because it's obviously not straight, so it doesn't wobble, so it's slightly gonna be springy inside the larger tube. All right. One. Two. Okay. Now we remove this. We remove the washers, and no, it didn't work out. It's still fairly straight. Okay, not a big deal. Let's put the second So if there is no washer effect there, I'm gonna put a couple more welds here in the center too. So let's try to assemble whatever the monster we created. Okay, this should technically go. Alright, the first roadblock needs some more grinding. Actually, no, it's actually doesn't need more grinding, and it's almost doesn't have a play, almost. Alright, so that's gonna be here. Oops. We'll be able to secure it. Now, probably if I will use it more, it will become easier. But you know, it's got some play right here, but to overcome it, we'll use the washer and we'll use this nut. Yes. So technically now we can regulate the depths and use a nut to secure it so it doesn't flex. Same thing from this side. Okay, let's do the final assembly. This goes here. This goes in here, and again we can regulate the depths, and then we can tighten this rod so it doesn't fluctuate. So this goes here to lock the lengths. So you can do the measurements in different ways. You can do the cross reference, like between the, let's say, the right strut and the left, you know, point, some point on the, you know, fender, let's say, and compare it to the lengths between the left strut and the point, the same point on the right fender. Or if you know the technical specifications, you know the lengths between the, you know, 2 points, which is given by the manufacturer. You can set, you know, these lengths, you know, by the, you know, tape measure, and then you can compare it to whatever lengths you have actually. So this is cheap homemade tram gauge. Freaking $70 for a couple pieces of metal. Yeah, but probably saved $100 comparing to if I would buy it online. So that's that. There is my wife right in there asking me to go to have a breakfast. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hopefully this was very useful, and stay tuned for the next videos. Take care.